Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to take an opportunity to apologize for not having released a video in a week, but life circumstances are what they are, and we're in the middle of closing on a house and started packing stuff up to move it. And anybody who's moved a collection and then just moved in general knows how much that, well, for lack of a better word, stinks. But hopefully this will be the last time ever. Somehow doubt it, but I'm hoping. So that's the deal. That's what we're trying to do right now. I apologize for not having released the video sooner, but I am going to try to do my best to keep up. So today's video is about the 1971-72 Topps hockey set. This particular set is my favorite set of the 70s as it relates to hockey. And it's because there's 34 Hall of Fame cards in a set that's only 132 cards. It's a very doable set. For some of you, it's the type of set you could buy outright because it's not like crazy expensive. Based on the trading card database, there was like, roughly somewhere between $300 and $350. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's possible. So I can't say no. I think it would be possible. Anyway, I'm going to take you through some of the cards. And the cool part about this set is that I have 129 of the 132. So we're going to start out with this card right here. This has got Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, and Johnny Busick. So right off the bat, this is one of the cards. There's not a lot of cards in this set, probably because of this very fact. There's not a lot of cards in this set that are grossly overpriced. So the main reason that this set is affordable. This is one of them. It's not grossly overpriced. It's got three Hall of Famers on, I believe three Hall of Famers on it. Yeah, Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, and Johnny Busick. The assist leaders on the Bruins, and this card is roughly about $10. So that's a big one. So right off the bat, you're asking me, what cards are you missing, Paul? I'm missing card number 1. Right off the bat, card number 1 is one of the cards I'm missing. So it's one of these team leader cards. So here we have another one. This one's got Espo, Bobby Orr, and Johnny Busick. But you'd say, well, that's the same. It's not. It's card number 3. And in this case, you're looking at scoring leaders. So this is for total points for the season. And these cards are in really good shape. Over time, I've put this set together in pretty nice shape. That card's probably like a $6 or $7 card. The cards do tend to get expensive if you're buying them one by one. So if you're going to either put the set together, as I always recommend, do it in lots or buy the set outright. You're probably going to save yourself some money in that regard. But I think lots would work out better because you can get a bulk of the commons of this set fairly cheaply. We have Tony Esposito, Eddie Johnston, Jerry Cheevers, and Eddie Jockman on this card for goals, goalie wins. That's another leaders card. This one here, Eddie Jockman, shutout leaders, Espo, Jacques Plante, Eddie Jockman, and Tony Esposito for goals against average. So that's the bulk of your cards there. So we're going to try to figure out what cards we're missing. So we already know card 1 is one of them. Fred Stanfield, Mike Robitaille. Let me just move these so I don't knock them down and drive myself insane. So as you can see, these cards, and just to back this up a hair, make it a little bit easier for you to see. Stanfield, Mike Robitaille, Vic Hadfield, Jacques Plante, another Hall of Famer. Billy White, I believe he's a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry, not Billy White, but Jacques Plante. Jim Lawrence. As you can see, the cards are in really nice shape. And my favorite, Jan Cournoyer. I say Cournoyer. It's Cournoyer or something like that. I had someone point that out in a video to me. Or the pronunciation for me, the French pronunciation is going to be a little bit tough because I'm not French. But certainly a very good player. Great player, actually. Brian Hextall, Gary, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, Villemire, Serge Bernier, Phil Esposito. So this is another big card. It's does not quite meet the $10 threshold, but it was on the database for $9.75. So I figured it was one of the cards worth pointing out. And as you can see, this card's in really nice shape. You know, that was the benefit of putting this together over time. I was able to put this set together in really top line condition. You know, I used to go to a show where a guy had like 70s cards, you know, for a dime a card. And, well, you know, you can't really beat that price. And so when he had big lots of 70s cards and they were in nice shape, I just took all of them because 10 cents a card. I mean, how can you beat that? And this was, of course, before the pandemic. Pat Stapleton, Gary Unger, who looks like he's in a was in a Detroit uniform, but maybe got airbrushed for the fact that he was traded to St. Louis. And this looks like a vice versa of that. Al Smith. Mark Tardoff, Norm Ullman, Tony Williams, Ted Harris, Andre Lacroix, Mike Byers, and then we got here another. Now, listen, the Bruins are in the midst of a nice playoff run. I'm hoping they're up 2-1 on Florida, so I'm all in right now on the Bruins and the year that they're having. So hopefully they'll continue that this afternoon with a win down in Florida and help put that thing almost out of reach. But he has Johnny Busick, the Chief, great player, and just a really nice conditioned card. You know what I mean? I can't really argue with the conditioning of these cards. I was kind of a little shocked to find out that I was only 3 cards away. I didn't realize that. Here's Alex Del Vecchio. This is another Hall of Fame card, again, in really nice shape. So, don't have to worry about that one. Pip Martin, Brad Park. Another really nice card. So there's 2 big rookies, I would say, in the set. There's something like 12 or 15, between 12 to 15 or 16 rookie cards. I didn't count the exact number, but there's really only 2 major ones, and I wouldn't even call the second one a major one. The big one is this one. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a little while, you know that this Kenny Dryden I picked up as part of this lot that I purchased from a guy for $80. It had all sorts of stuff in it, but it had this Dryden. It's the reason I bought it was because of this Dryden. I mean, this Dryden the condition of this Dryden is not comparable to the rest of the set. I mean, actually, the card itself is not, there's no, million creases or anything like that. But what kind of obviously what drives the price, the value of this card down is the pinholes, right? And a little bit of, it's got more, bangs on the corners than the other cards in this set. But it was a genuine Dryden, and I didn't have one, so I bought it primarily because of this card. So this is the big rookie. This is the big card. If you're buying this set, this is what you're buying the set for, is for the Dryden. I mean, that's it. It's the big dollar rookie. The database has it listed at in nice shape at about $89-90 raw. So that's your big one. Here we got some more Jim Johnson, Alan Hamilton. But as you can see, the rest of the bulk of this set is pretty much in good shape. Another card that's a big one, Bobby Hull. So this Bobby Hull card, really nice. This card lists for about $15, according to the database. This one is sharp. You know, just trying to give you some angles to see the surface. The reverse is pretty nice. And, you know, if I can't quite see a corner ding, I always look at the back because they usually stick out more on the back because of the cardboard. So that's that one. Jerry Cheevers, another Hall of Fame card. So this one's pretty good shape. This is a nice set to have. I love the oval. I'm not going to lie. I really do love the oval look to it. Some people don't like that. Let me know if it's one of your favorite sets from the 70s. If it's not, if it's one of your least favorite sets from the 70s. Gil, here's another card I picked up in that lot. So when I bought that lot, it had probably like 80 or 70 cards, or 63 cards, or 65 cards from this set. Most of them I didn't need because most of the set I had in really good condition. But the Perot here, Peralt, was one I needed. So this is one I'm going to have to upgrade at some point. But I can do that whenever. You know what I mean? But that'll be one I'll be looking to upgrade. Derek Sanderson. Right. Famous for the pass to Bobby Orr to end Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And of course, when I was growing up, he was the color commentator for the Boston Bruins, along with Fred Cusick. So that was I grew up with those guys. Keith Magnuson. And here's the next big card. Okay, next big card is Gordie Howe. So Gordie Howe, and this Gordie Howe is in solid shape. Looks like it has a crease right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it does. Looks like it has a crease right there. See it? It's like a surface crease. I don't think it goes all the way through. It doesn't look like it, but it's a crease nonetheless. So that would be a Gordie Howe I'd like to upgrade at some point. But this is a $23 card according to the database in raw condition. So certainly not the type of card that you couldn't upgrade. You know what I mean? Gary Meehan, Walt Tkachuk, if that's how you say it. I'm assuming that's how you say it because that's how you say all the other Tkachuks. So here's the other rookie. Salaps. So he would be probably, when I was looking at the list of rookies on this set, I would say this is your next best guy. You know what I mean? In terms of long-term, overall careers from the Pittsburgh Penguins. All right. Dave McKeon from the Maple Leafs. John McKenzie from the Boston Bruins. Doug Roberts, Pete Mihalovic, Montreal Canadiens. Now, I don't know if this is true. I've heard it a lot in my whole life, but if it's true, it's ridiculous. Did the Montreal Canadiens always get first dibs on players from Canada? Because that seems, I don't know, riggy to me. But okay. And then, if that's true, was that rule still in place when Bobby Orr came into the league? Because if it is, shame on the Canadians. If the deck was stacked in their favor, and then they didn't get, uh, Bobby Orr. What the heck, right? Number 85, Dennis Hull. So this is another good one here. Beautiful looking card. Looks like it's in really nice shape. I don't see any surface creases that stick out right on a cursory look. Judah, Gary Doak, Phil Goyette, Eddie Jockman's base card. Good player, certainly. I think he might be a Hall of Famer as well. Berenson, Gary Jarrett. So let's see where we are tonight. Yep. Jean Rattel. And Jim Pappin. So let's just, we're getting close to the end. See who are we missing? I'm gonna say that one of the cards that I'm missing. Sorry, I should do this at another time. No dead air, boys. So we got Roy Edwards, Hampson, Mickey Redmond, excuse me. So some of these, Frank Mahalovich, another Canadian. Tony Featherstone. So, all right, we've already run into, so I already know one card I'm missing. Card number 100. So I'm missing a bigger one, Bobby Orr. So here's Espo. Nice looking card. This card lists, actually, it's not even like a big dollar card at all. So that Espo probably is under $10. And that's why it's not on the list. Ron Ellis. So this is a card that's on the list. Bobby Clark. So I think I showed this in a video to you guys. So the Bobby Clark. I think this might be, well, I don't want to say that, but I think it is. I think this might be, well, it's either a first Topps card or a second Topps card, second year Topps card. It's not his rookie, but I think his rookie is 70-71, and it's O-Pee-Chee. I don't think that the Topps is a rookie card. I don't think so, but you guys can correct me in the comments on that one. Kenny Hodge, Jim Roberts, Bregman, Henry Rocket Richard. This is another one. Looks like it's in really good shape. This is the other over $10 card. $14 for that, says according to the database. Pat Quinn, famous coach. Rod Gilbert or Gilbert, depending on, again, what side of the line you're on the end, what side of the Niagara Falls line you're on. Stan Mikita. It's a nice one. Looks pretty solid. It's got some corner dings, but solid nonetheless. Ed Van Imp, Wayne Connolly, Denny Hextall, Wayne Cashman, Bernie Parent, or Parent if you're here from the States, but it's I think it's Parent. I think it's spelled pronounced Parent, and McCallum. All right, so that's what I got. So I did a quick double check, guys, and the results were as follows. There are 3 cards missing. I believe card 111 is the checklist. Card number 1, which is a league leaders card, I believe, and then card 100, which is Bobby Orr. Nothing that's incredibly prohibitive. I think that first card lists for like $5 or so. The second card on the database, which is the Bobby Orr, lists for $25 in nice condition raw, and then the The checklist, I'm assuming, is probably like $5, $6, $7 if it's unmarked, because, well, it's a checklist from the 70s and they're harder to find unmarked. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Again, I apologize for not getting some stuff out sooner, but we're in the process of packing stuff up. So I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, I want to thank all of the subscribers who have supported us along the way, and for your continued support. I want to thank you, and please feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. The one thing I enjoy the most, literally, about doing this is the great stories that people tell me in the comments as it relates to certain sets or players, and then the information that I'm getting. I kind of started this channel as a way to get out info to people, especially in the midst of the pandemic, because I saw a lot of people spending money like drunken sailors on stuff I knew wouldn't be worth it, a lot of money later on down the road. But I've learned so much, and I don't know, as on a lot of these sets, I don't know anywhere near everything there is to know. So I really appreciate learning from you guys, everything that you're telling me, even pronunciations of Canadian hockey players. And I'm not being facetious. That's like legit. So comment, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. It's 100% free to subscribe, and you can hit the notification bell if you want to know when I release videos. Thanks so much, guys. And as always, I leave you with happy hunting. Thanks.